All right, you could say I make this video because I've had in the past my siblings, my brothers and sisters, and even other friends or people that I casually speak and I talk to, and they be like, "Well, yo, how you know your way is right?" And I tell them, "Cause heaven will show you that." That's the greatest answer I could give when I say that. Heaven will show you. But let me show you what taking the right way brings unto you. And listen to this, all of you who take even your ways that I do denounce. I denounce all your ways. But yet, there are many who walk in all your ways that will say these very words unto you. I have friends. I ain't even gonna count family. I'm gonna just count the friends. I have friends who call themselves Christians. And I try to show and teach this word to them every day, but they agree with it, but they still, because that's what they was taught all their life. You know? But if you another Christian might have bumped heads, and because I speak down upon Christianity and I say that you must be done with your way, don't follow it, I tell everybody that. You might say that I'm your enemy. Well, there's a few Christians, and I mean a great many too. That'll be nah. They'll make an excuse for why I see like I see, but they'll tell you, nah, that dude, he family, yo, he a brother, yo, he just, you gotta love him. That's what they'll say. But you know why they say that? Because I love them, and I show them that I love them. That's what it's all about. That's how you know the way that you take, by the love. But now, let's move on. There's a couple of, even from Islam, even from some brothers that I think might be from the ISIS. Well, some I knew that were from that ISIS movement. In fact, I had a man. One day I came into the store, and one of the Arab stores. True story I'm about to tell you. Matter of fact, I'm about to blow y'all up there in the Ville too. Stores right there on Osborne and Pickens. Right? My boys, they good there now though. Well, I really don't know. But I do know this, that it was an ISIS member. And he was there. And this was around the time I was speaking out against ISIS and everything else that was out here with the bullshit that men do. Sorry to curse. Please forgive me. And please don't think that because you heard that curse that you should stop watching this broadcast. Because, nah, I'm about to drop some science on you. Alright? There was a man that worked inside a store who was indeed an ISIS member. And he was all for the caliphate. Take everybody head off that don't want Allah. And one day, we bumped heads. And he kept, he talked this bullshit. And I'm like, man, you need to go, man, I gave him out, because at this time I wasn't even making YouTube videos. I was on Google Plus. So many writings there. So this man went to read. When I came back in the next day, my man, I just gave him, I didn't know he went to read. I didn't know he followed up on it. But our moment that we had was verbally intense, but not on threats of life like that. Well, his was basically trying to edge by the words he was saying, he was trying to edge the conversation to going that way. But I wouldn't allow it. Meaning that when he tried to take it there, I just used common sense. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is you talking about? Are you talking about, why is you even talking like that? Wow, and and then at that I said, yo, you know what? Go, here go my name. As a matter of fact, I wrote the shit down. Right on the counter. Bought my shit and then I left. I ended up going back in there because, I lived right there. But I ended up going back in there and like he already knew me. Like this was an individual that he had already experienced me. I used to come in with customer, I fuck with him. Boom, boom, boom. But this day, it was like I came in on a part of a conversation that I was hanging out in the store. And I just happened to hear a part of a conversation that he was having. And it just let me know he was like, he was an ISIS member. Which at this time, I ain't really know too much about you dudes. I ain't really study y'all. But anyway, I overheard this conversation, so I butted myself into it. And of course he got offended. Yo, why you eavesdropping, man? Thank God I was. Nah, but I ain't saying, it wasn't thank God I was. But I was like, yo, I'm sorry about that, but I just happened to be right here and I heard what you said. Now, let me tell you what he said. He said, basically, yeah, we got to stand up all that's not for Allah, off with their heads. I'm like, what? Nah, motherfucker. Fuck is... I'm like, nigga, you in my hood talking this shit. That's how I felt about it. And we ain't with that bullshit. Fuck out of here. And that's what I said. And so then he started at me. And then I just start dropping some truths on him. And it was truth. Like what I was saying to him, he really couldn't deny. So even though he tried to, he had to keep up his face, he couldn't keep his face up. And, but by this part of the conversation, I'm basically paying for my shit and I'm writing down my Google information. And I bounce. I come in about 2-3 days later, and the same dude, he said, yo, I wasn't talking to like you. Like, yo, you a good dude. I can't, forgive me. I'm sorry. Because, the conversation got to, yeah, nigga, I'll blow your head off. I'll fucking cut your head off, too. Yeah, he said that to me. But like I said, when I came back, guess he did his homework. And he listened to what was being said. And not just watch who was saying it. Because I tell you, you look at me, my countenance. I'm 55 years old. I don't die none of this. I just live. That's it. But I live right. I live righteously. And so God does blesses me. Now, I got to get my teeth done because, I ain't going to lie. I've lived carefree damn near all my life. Which is the life that is planned for all of us. That we should have. This life that I've been allowed to have thus so far, and hopefully I shall have until the day I leave this earth. I plan to leave when I'm 300 years old. So, I just hope y'all ready to change enough so that you'll see enough that this is how these things that I tell you, these are the ways that you should take to live by, that the whole world could flourish by. But anyway, getting back to the story of which I truly forgot now. But till I remember, I'll ramble on. Shit, YouTube allows you that. Like, I make a television show. Yo, I do want to do a movie too. But anyway, what story was I telling? I got many stories, and they all from my life. Like, matter of fact, let's turn this segment into that. Let me tell y'all some of my stories. One I already told about DMX when we was up in Queens. And we was in Jamaica, Queens, I believe, at the studio that they had out there. And Russell Simmons was doing something there. And so a lot of people had gathered. And DMX, this is just a quick excursion of it. DMX, before he was he was nobody then. The nigga was up there and he was, excuse me, people have offense on calling nigga. I'm going to try to respect everybody's wishes, even though I know that their ways and their wants and their desires truly mean nothing. And that's something that, like, whenever you look at something and you say, like, if a man say nigga and then you get offended and you be like, that's because you take a certain way, a way that really shouldn't be. For no words should bring offense to you. And that's by heaven's way, I'll tell you that. But let me get back to telling some history and give y'all some little quick stories. Now, hopefully, I won't make this video too long. But anyway, we out in Jamaica, Queens. Russell Simmons is there. Around this time, you got, I think it was the Disorderlies movie that was actually out around that time, so he was promoting the Fat Boys, but then he had Kurtis Blow, LL Cool J, and then like a lot of people turned out, a lot of rappers especially, a lot of them turned out. Like you had KRS-One was there, fucking Big Daddy Kane, like everybody who was anybody was really there. It was like a big, and DMX was outside, like outside of the studio, there was a big ass cypher going on. Like people rapping. But you could say one dude took over the whole shit. And how he took it over? Because couldn't nobody fuck with him. The dude rap skills was so nasty that not even, he disrespected each and every rapper that was there. I come to find out, well, I heard because he basically, when he was going, like, I walked up with Biz Markie D. Me and my brother Biz Markie D, we walked up together. And when we came up, everybody know Biz. So it was like, he was automatically, like, he was getting no challenges there, you could see. Because wasn't nobody, he was going in, like, we heard him coming up. The nigga was like, Biz started laughing when we was going up, because we was hearing what he was saying. I think he was talking about, everybody that was there. He was just going in. He was going around whoever he was on at that time, which I think it was, he mentioned a few names while we was coming up. He said something about LL. He said about the Fat Boys, about Kurtis Blow. Who else? African Bambaataa and them. Yo, the nigga went in. The nigga was a beast. Word up. He was a beast. So when we start walking up, and I guess you could say because we come in with Biz, motherfucking basically a line opened up for us that we could walk right up to the forefronts, and we did. And when we got there, DMX started in on Biz, right? Now he starts on, y'all, I gotta go to the bathroom. Y'all going with me. Y'all won't see my privates. Unless you try to do some funny shit with my camera, so I'm gonna palm my phone. So hopefully y'all won't be on some crazy shit. But anyway, we walks up and boom, we get to the front line and DMX is right there. And so he sees Biz. So now he start going in on Biz. Alright? Boom. He goes in. Then he stops because like this is a respect with rappers. They do what they do, then they stop and they get the next man to change. So you get what he did. He stopped. Biz came back. I mean, Biz, he came back, but I'm gonna tell you, everybody that was there tell you, even when Biz came back, he needed to shut up. But nah, it didn't stop there. Biz came back, and then DMX came back. And then, when Biz should have just shut up again, Biz tried to come back. And then DMX came back again. And then, Biz was getting ready to try to come back. But my brother, like, yo, he basically, like, yo, Biz, like, he basically, like, Biz looked at my brother, and my brother was basically giving him, yo, get up, nigga. He ripped you. And so, because I guess that happened, DMX looks over at my brother. God bless the dead. Yeah, my brother, Tyrone Ursel Collier, a.k.a. Titus. And a lot of people know this dude. I mean, this dude was, yo, I don't know why I haven't took him from me, but that was my partner. I got a lot of brothers. And I'm close with all of them. I love them all. But of that one brother, that was my, like, we always hung out together. We was what you call hangout buddies. Anyway. DMX looks at my brother now. And he goes in on my brother. So now, he stops. So now my brother goes. Now, my brother nasty with it. But I'm afraid he wasn't. Anyway, let me just. My brother goes. Boom. Now, see, back then when we rhyme, it's how I rhyme now. We do the shit off the top of the head. It was nothing that you would really take. Writing down with a pen and all that came later because niggas wanted to make records with it. But the way you see when I make videos now of my music, yeah, I don't write nothing down. I just put a beat on and just let it go. And that's how we used to rhyme back in the days. Anyway, that's what we was doing back then. And DMX was tearing. Yo, right then, and this is what I witnessed and remember from when he was rhyming against my brother. He came at my brother. My brother started doing some shit that he wrote that is called The War Is On. And this shit is fire. You hear me? My brother started doing it, and I wasn't backing him up on it when he started doing it. So, like, as he rhyming, he not hearing me coming in on them, giving the song that them emphasis. And so he turns around. He doesn't stop rhyming, but he turns around and looks at me like, yo, why you ain't doing nothing? And while he's still rhyming, I let him know by motioning 1-on-1. Like, I say the words, but I don't say them out loud. It's like silently speaking and then showing them with my hand, 1-on-1. Then I pointed at me and said, no. And then pointed at him, you and you. And then pointed my hand like, let me set the phone up because I really want y'all to see this. It's like as my brother is rhyming with him, I'm like he start rhyming against him. Like, first DMX, he ripped. My brother start doing this joint that we had called The War Is On. As he's doing it and he's not hearing me come in on the emphasis, like my parts. And so he turns around, but while still rhyming, he turns around and look at me. Like, yo, why you ain't saying nothing? And I motion to him like this. Look, I point to DMX, I point to him, and I say 1-on-1. But I just move my lips. I don't make no sound. I'm like, and Then I point to myself, and I'll be like, no. And he understood. So he never lost his beat. While we having this conversation, he never lost his beat. So he turns back around and he goes in. He finishes his little step in it. DMX comes back. Boom. And when DMX comes back, my brother basically can't even come back after that. So that means DMX ripped him. My brother said I swear to God, my brother said this shit that we got the wars on, some hard shit. I will give you an example. Maybe I'm gonna remake it again. In fact, my next song, I'll do something written. And it's that song, The War's On. So you'll see just how hard this shit is, and DMX ripped it apart. Like it was a frog that you learning, and you know how you go to chemistry class and you doing biology and dissecting a frog. Like that, he dissected that shit. And it was there that I witnessed that he looked at my brother, like, cause he was like, yo, he gave my brother his props though. He was like, yo, half of these niggas that's here shouldn't even have a record label. Cause they didn't even stand up and they ain't even half as nice as you. But he basically told my brother, you better go back to the drawing board, cause you see LL, he start naming everybody and saying they don't want to fuck with me. Boom, boom. The only motherfucker he didn't name at that moment was KRS-One. In fact, he didn't mention KRS-One name, but he gave it props. He the only one. I swear to God. And KRS-One will tell you this. I don't know if DMX remember it, but I dancing up too. Reason why I say I don't know if DMX remember it, because I ain't gonna front. I was getting high off of crack at the time, and I believe so he was too. Cause he asked me at the end of it, I was getting ready to go off with him, and we was getting ready to go smoke. But my brother, after he went at my brother, let me get back to that story. He goes at my brother now. My brother comes back with The War's On. Now he comes back with some shit he's saying, but like I saying, he throwing everybody name in this shit. And the only one he gave props to was KRS-One. That's it. So he letting my brother know that, nigga, if you basically what he told my brother, you looking up to all these dudes, you know, and you're like, you don't want to fuck with me if that's the case. And he showed him, he ripped him. I ain't gonna lie, DMX. I wonder if your mind is still as sharp as it was, boy. But like just sitting there and just ripping a nigga right there on the scene. You used to have that, boy. Like, that's battle rap. That's what you started at. You told everybody that, and that's damn right. You made battle rap. That's no lie. All you niggas that's out there doing your battle royals now, y'all need to pay homage to the nigga that started it, and it was DMX. Ain't no lie in my mind about that. And can't nobody detest that fact. That boy is the icon from that. And he was a hell of a dude, boy. Niggas ain't want to meet that boy. Niggas that had anything to do with music, they stayed clear of that nigga. Fucking well, the story goes, fucking, what's his name? That nigga, well, put it like this. A certain artist even stole some of his material and put it out while he was locked up. Yes, I don't know if they want to tell you this story in D, if you want to bring the story out, but I know it. So, you know, I can tell it. Anyway, getting back to the story. After he rips my brother, he's saying all this, pay his homage to KRS-One. I guess for the reason that my brother had turned over to me, to look at me like, yo, what's up? that he decided that when he finished with my brother, he turned to me. He made his biggest mistake. I gave him I let him spit about 2 or 3 bars of his bullshit. I just cut him off and went in so hard on his ass. When I finished rhyming, the nigga threw his hands down. Well, no, the nigga put his hand up and gave me a handshake and said, yo, I can't fuck with you. He said, yo, what's your name? We introduced ourselves. I don't remember the names that, he told me, and I know he don't remember my name. He should remember the meeting, though. And then after that, he asked me, yo, you smoke? And I asked him, like, yo, smoke what? He's like, yo, crack? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, you want your eye? And I'm like, I told him, yo, I'm fucked up. He said, nah, I got you. And I'm like, yeah, all right. And while we's getting ready to step off, my brother seen it, and he came and said, yo, where you going? I'm like, yo, I'm about to roll out I'm going to go hang out with him. I know where y'all at. When I finish with him, I'll just come here. Niggas know. And he was like, nah, man, get the fuck out of here, yo. And my brother said to me, he was like, yo, you just fucking roasted this nigga while rhyming. You don't know how he feel. He probably come try to set you up, fuck you up or something. And I knew that wasn't the case, though. It was just admiration there, because I definitely, like, in our introduction, I told the nigga, I'm like, yo, you nice as hell. And he's like, nah, you nice as hell. And I'm like, nah, nigga, you nice as hell. Because I'm going to tell you, that boy was, I only had to rip him. He ripped everything there, except for KRS-One. Anybody else? As he looked around, as he rhyming, he scanned around the crowd when he was rhyming to my brother. As he rhyming, he scanned around the crowd, and whoever he saw there, he was letting my brother know they don't want to fuck with me. And he went in, yo. This shit was like, I wonder if somebody, see, we didn't have cell phones back in the days, and even the event, they had camera crew there, but they wasn't trying to expose that part. You know what I'm saying? That's why, and really they should have had a camera right there at that spot, but they didn't. Especially when Biz walked up. We with Biz, he was like at the top of entertainment at that time. He had just came out with Nobody Beats the Biz, Nobody Beats the Biz. I mean, it was one of his songs that was rocking on the airwaves at that time. And Biz, yo, like I say, DMX, you remember that? That was the time you gave Biz, even though you ripped him, you gave Biz his props also. And you had to, because even though you was ripping Biz wasn't ready to stop. Biz would have kept going. Even though he was getting ripped, Biz would have kept going. And that's what you even said that. That's why you gave Biz his props. You know what I'm saying? You like, yo, and Biz, you basically, in your rhyme, that day I'll never forget, you said to all the rest of the rappers that was there, y'all niggas, yo, even Biz the only, basically you said you give Biz respect out of all them there, because Biz was the only one willing, even though he got his ass ripped, but he ain't stopped. And that was a true story, because Biz had to be stopped. And it was my brother that stopped him. Yeah, yo, these is just moments of my history that I'm remembering. Here go another story. This is the time I was actually by myself. I went up, and at the time I didn't realize what it was, because I was that little. I'm going back to I was about maybe five years old. And they had this, it was a pool hall. Anyway, it was just a bunch of men used to hang out. You know what I'm saying? And one day, my little ass, I was in there. And I know that the men that was there, I know they all dead now. I'm 55. I know they all dead. Because they would have all had to be, at least now, 120 something. 30 something. If they ain't dead, or maybe even older. Because these are some old cats. So one day, I go in there, and like I used to always go in there. Like they knew me. I was a little dude. But all of these men in there knew that I was a little dude that could fuck you up, hurt you. So they used to set niggas up sometimes to fuck with me when I came in, just so they could see me make them drop, get a little quick headache, and get mad. And then they laugh like, yo, some men, they used to want to just, like, they'd get up and be ready to kill my little ass. And they, like, the men be laughing, be like, nah, yo, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Nah, you know, it's knowing that nigga ain't nothing, because one dude, they told, he got so mad. They like, nah, fuck that. Yo, I want to see his mom and dad. I mean, and when I heard my mom's, I'm like, you want to see my mother? What you want to see my mother for? And when I challenged them, when I said that, he really wanted to break. And they kept telling him, yo, chill, yo. Don't say nothing about his mama. They laughing, because they know already. This dude's still talking shit. So they like, yo, all right, nigga, we gonna let you go. You want him? You can get him. You gonna find out you don't want to get him. And they let him go. Came back. I dropped him that second time. And he's fucked up. He was fucked up. Meaning, the ambulance came to get his shit. And it wasn't that you would say that. I didn't even look at, because they didn't really instigate it. They tried to hold the nigga back. They told him, no, you don't want to do it. And they want him, and then they let him go. When they let him go, I inflicted amount of energy that he had to go to the hospital for. And here go the crazy part about it. I only stood about not even 2 feet yet. I wasn't even 2 feet in height yet. I was a real tiny dude when I was little. In fact, I got on the trains free. I couldn't, you go to Coney Island. Here I am, 10 years old. I'm in Coney Island. I had to get on all the little kiddie rides. Couldn't get in none of the big people rides because I was too small. It wasn't until my 11th year in life that I begged heaven to take that curse from me, because I didn't see the wonders of it, because I was getting free everywhere. Like the transportation, shit, on the trains and all that, I ain't had to never pay. And because of that, I used to just, now I got a story that I could tell of a legend. That story is in my book, so I ain't gonna tell that, because until the time comes where, in order to change the world, I gotta get to a certain place. And to get to that certain place, I'm gonna have to generate some revenue. So I got my book. It's called Terrible Tiny Tim. I haven't gotten it copywritten yet. In fact, the paperwork, I got it printed out into print form to get it copywritten, but now I don't even have that. Thank God, my granddaughter, she still got a copy of it. So one day, hopefully soon, I'll be able to really let the world hear a story, and all the stories you're going to hear, and they're truth. Though you shall not believe. But then, for those who are willing to go and dig and do homework, you will find out that this story is oh so true. Just like the story with DMX that I just told you about. That's a true story. Russell Simmons, oh, he witnessed it. He'll tell you, yeah, it's true. If any of you in the public want to go and ask him about it, I'm wanting somebody to. Yo, was there some light skinned dude when you was holding something with the Fat Boys and Curtis Blow, Disorderlies? I was going to do the soundtrack. I believe that was the moment. And they was in Jamaica, Queens. And DMX was there ripping everybody. But anyway, I love you all because this shit is over 35 minutes already, boy. I ain't mean to talk that long. But love you all. Have a good day.